might have noticed that my 1971 Gilburn Invader restomod, made of fiberglass, 1970s fiberglass, the paint is a bit, let's say, dodgy. There's evidence, multi-layer evidence, all over the car that it has been resprayed in the same colour with the same type of materials a very long time ago. Perhaps it was done at the factory, perhaps it was done under warranty, who knows, but the quality of the paint is absolutely terrible. So for that reason I completely stripped the front. This red colour is the natural fiberglass. Bit of a strange colour, you might think. I stripped all the paint off because all the different layers has been a real problem. So this is my attempt to improve matters. Now, I have already done some further back in the car, but I thought I'd give this bit a go on camera. So as I've said, this spoiler, obviously I fitted, and the natural fiberglass is red, the paint is blue, and there was a layer of kind of white, I don't know, primer filler maybe in between, and that was actually the biggest cause of problems of the whole lot, because it had cracks and splits. Because it had cracks and splits and things in it. So I'm now going to paint with some primer filler. Before I do that, I'm going to give it a quick blow off. So I'm just going to use some Halford's finest aerosol stuff at this stage, and we'll see how that goes. Yes, well, just goes to show there's still a lot of work to do. So the primer filler made all blemishes stand out even more than they did already, especially around here actually, where there was a series of cracks, and they kind of stood up actually as if it was a bit of a static thing going on. Anyway, so I've ground that out with a one of these things, and covered with this fibre based filler, which obviously I'll take down shortly with this thing. Yeah, a bunch of stuff, especially on this corner actually. Possibly had a little bump sometime in the past, some manufacturing defects. I think there was actually a void right in here. A big empty space, another one over there. So anyway, that's been filled out, and this is all hidden behind the headlamp, but anyway. So yeah, I think we're nearly there, not quite. So wait for all that to go off and go over with another layer of primer filler, and then we might be on to some sort of primer type of situation. Well, the work on the paint has escalated. Now, as you can see, something has happened to the filler work that was necessary to improve the door gaps. Although I won't claim that they're perfect, they are definitely improved. But yeah, the paint has gone blue, and it's halfway through, approximately halfway through being what's the term? Flatted. yes, roughly halfway through. So it's a bit of an experiment for me, because I've not really done paintwork in this way, certainly using lacquer before. Anyway, yes, as I say, it's escalated a lot. So at the front now, taking the bonnet off, as you can see, I did put some paint on that a bit longer ago, actually, maybe you never noticed. But yes, it is better. Now in the front, there was, especially on this side actually, there was a huge patch of filler, which I eventually managed to get rid of completely. So this is more or less naked fiberglass with primer filler on. And I did that having paint stripped it with my Nitromores, which does a slight job of, I won't give it any more than that, of removing paint. Certainly better than some. That was stripped down to the naked fiberglass, but on top I haven't done that, and you can see the reasoning, because this surface is really pockmarked, and unfortunately you can still see some bits I've missed all over, hundreds of these little chips, and as you can see I've been trying to fill them in. So as of now I'm really in two minds as to whether it would have been better to paint strip of the whole thing to get rid of that. Only time will tell. But anyway, most of this is on about the third go of flatting it out. Obviously I'm going to have to rub it in a few minutes. It's slightly better on this side actually. So when I've done that, it can then be primed. But yeah, it's a lot of work to get this fiberglass bodywork into anything close to a fit state, and I really do suspect that a better way of doing it might well have been to strip it with paint stripper. In fact, that's what I did do a few months ago now on the roof, which has got rather dusty. What I didn't do on the roof, however, which I could have done, was to put the primer filler on. So I'm learning as I'm going here. But yeah, I would say that fiberglass bodywork, because I had the same thing with my Reliant scimitar, with the little pock marks on it, with little blisters, or I don't know what you call it, little round marks, just like this one actually, which was white in the bottom. I'm going to have to do some more on this before I rub it down. Yeah, that car was just the same. So something to do with 1970s paint chemistry, I think. I see no reason why that should be specific to fiberglass. But anyway, whatever. I shall carry on working on this, and in a little while I might see some grey primer, which is the next step. So as you can see, I've had another go round. That mark that I showed before has been filled. This is done with U-Pole dolphin glaze. So every time I do this, the holes get, or the pock marks get reduced a bit more and a bit more. But it's painstaking work. There's another one just there. Quite a few on this side. And hopefully it's now just about gone off. I think when I've tidied this lot up, then I shall be ready for primer. There we are, it's in primer. So yeah, I mean, it is a lot smoother, the pock marks that I've been complaining about. It's a lot smoother than it was before. That's got to be a good thing. So just to recap what I've done so far, there's a heck of a lot of filling grinding actually where there was cracks in the fiberglass, particularly around the headlamp over here, and various other small places, which I ground out with a finger sander and then filled over. Yeah, lots of filling, lots and lots of filling for little tiny pock marks that appeared all over the paintwork. Followed by primer filler, about 3 coats of that until I could get it smooth, with more filling. And now we have primer, grey primer. It could be online for some top coat, colour coat. Let's see, shall we? As you can see, things have moved on. So I am going to paint. This is the front of the car. As I've said, I think before, frankly I can't afford a professional respray, so this will have to be a this will do respray, and at least perhaps it won't attract comments in the future like, what happened to it? That was a little girl at a show I went to with it, and that was because of all the red, which is the naked fiberglass, and grey and all kinds of different colours showing through. Thinking cheek, I thought, after all the work I've done on it. Anyway, I can understand. So this is like I say, this will do respray using, well, Halford's base coat to get the colour, and some 1K lacquer on top. Seems to have worked alright up to now, so I'm keeping going. Well, there you go. Don't look too close. And wish me luck with the orange peel. I'm going to need it. If you got as far as this, thanks very much for watching, and in case you haven't already, please do consider subscribing.